Good morning and welcome to Sacred Crossings. My name is Michelle Ledbetter. I'm a registered nurse and I'm also certified in hospice and palliative care. This station was created for my passion of helping people through transition, whether that be life transitions or life and death transition. Um, this is a very casual channel where I encourage you to ask me questions, put things in the comments that you would like to hear about either hospice, um, or if you're moving through a life transition yourself, ask me some questions about that too. So today I wanted to speak briefly about people that are sitting in that sacred space of either just finding out that they've been diagnosed with cancer or they're finding out that their cancer has returned. I went through this myself with my very best friend 4 years ago, and it is a very vulnerable place to be. And to stay grounded during times when you're receiving information like that can be very, very challenging. But I want to let you know that you are not alone. There are people out there that want to support you and help you move through this. And although we don't talk a lot about death and dying, I have a friend who I just recently met who they're actually going to the doctor today to receive the news. And she showed me a report that was given to him. And in that report, I saw that the cancer has metastasized. It is growing. And she wasn't sure how to interpret that. So I was gentle with her when I shared with her. I'd asked her if somebody had gone over the results with her, and she told me she was going in today. I am holding such sacred space for this family, and I know how it feels to move through the uncertainty, but I can promise you, you're not alone. And I encourage people to try and stay in the present moment, even though it's so very hard to do that when you're hearing that kind of information. But in this moment is where life is. And in this moment is where you make these memories. And in this moment is really all we have. And so my heartfelt condolences for people that are moving through this. I know it's very challenging, but I want you to know that I'm here to support you. If you have any questions, any concerns, anything that you want to talk about, um, this is a safe place to do that. And if you don't want to do it on film, please message me. And I will be more than happy to reach out to you and offer you some support as you guys are moving through this. And again, it's a heartfelt sort of thing. I know what you're going through, and it's challenging. Remember that love that connects you to your loved one, that is eternal. That never leaves. And although my best friend passed away 4 years ago, I still communicate with him. And there, the essence, the love, the divinity of who you are remains eternal. And that can be tapped into by us as individuals. So I can help you get there too if you're having a hard time connecting with loved ones. Um, they want to communicate with you. You just have to be open to receiving the communication that's coming in. And sometimes it comes in as you had thought about them, and then a certain bird that they loved will appear. Or I had a very beautiful one where my best friend Brett, I was driving on the back country roads going to pick up a prescription for him, and I saw this little flicker of something in the light, and it looked like an angel. And so when I got back to the house, I was sharing it with him, and I said, I just saw this beautiful thing. It was iridescent and it was shining, and it looked like a little fairy angel. Stuck with me down the road. It was so cool. And he said to me, oh, that's an angel moth. And I thought, what? An angel moth? I don't know what an angel moth is. And he said, those big green iridescent moths. I wasn't sure what he was talking about. So I looked it up, and it's actually called a lunar moth, and they are iridescent in color. And it was my light that was shining on it that was causing that figure to show up in my vision. After he passed away, um, he didn't get to go to certain places in the mountains that he wanted to go. So I strapped his little ash box in my car, and we went on vacation together, and I sprinkled him around different places in the mountains of North Carolina, and was just trying to stay connected to him and reminiscing about our time together and the lessons learned and the love that we shared. And when I drove home, it was dusk, so you couldn't see very well. And I live out in the country where it's dirt and a lot of different animals. Um, I get home, and when I open the door, normally I would just step out and go. But I paused for a moment and I was reflecting on my time together with Brett. I opened the door and the light from the door shone down, and on the ground was the skeleton of a perfectly intact lunar moth. That's what they're called, the angel moth. And so in that moment, I knew that that was a sign from him. And hold on just a minute, I'll actually show it to you. I apologize for breaking. I told you this is super casual channel, but this is the lunar moth that was that I found on the ground. And the fact that it was perfectly intact, the fact that it was a lunar moth, and how often do you see these? I've only seen one since his passing 4 years ago. So it's definitely it was definitely a sign from him. You can't make that shit up, right? You just can't make it up. And I have continued to have communication with him in different ways. So if you're in that scary place now, know that there is not an end to this. It just changes. It just changes. The connection changes, but it's still available to you. So that's all I have for today's not podcast, but today's program. I'm doing podcasts with other people too, so I got to keep it straight. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for sharing this sacred, sacred space with me. And again, I would love to have dialogue with anyone who is questioning what's happening, is moving through a transition themselves, and or finding out some difficult, challenging news. So message me. And if this information has helped you, if you feel that it might help somebody else, please like and share. And again, I really encourage comments so that I know what kind of information you want me to deliver to you here in the near future. Thank you for being a part of my channel, and I so appreciate you. Until we meet again, have a wonderful day.